Hello, welcome back to the tribe. Today I have another special recipe to share with you guys. Today I'll be showing you how I make my Suya chicken recipe. Stay tuned. As you can tell, the core of this recipe is a lot of fresh veggies, alright? So here I have my scallions, parsley, serranos. You can also use jalapeno. Cloves of garlic, I used about 3 of those, and then ginger. All right, let's dive into it. And of course, the most important ingredient of them all, I almost forgot to mention, suya pepper. All right, you can find this at your local African markets, and I actually think that you can actually order it online from Amazon. Crazy enough, everything is found on Amazon. All right, so back to the video. Let's dive into it. So in my blender, I have all my veggies. That's the ginger, garlic, the greens, basically the scallions, all the good stuff. And make sure you blend this with oil. All right, this is very necessary. Next, after thoroughly washing my chicken with lime and also taking off the skin, that part is optional. I personally don't like the skin on my chicken, especially when I bake them. So I got rid of the skin, I washed it thoroughly, and here I have it in my pan alongside with a tablespoon of chicken bouillon and about 4 tablespoons of the suya pepper. Then I proceeded to add the blend that I made, which is the serrano, parsley, green onions, and the ginger and garlic mixture. And then with my gloves, I thoroughly mix this concoction, as I like to call it, together. And then next I covered it up. So as I stated before, I covered it up with a plastic wrap. And to get a better, to get the sauce or the mixture to properly penetrate the chicken, I also advise that you make an incision on your chicken and then you add, before you add the mixture to it, all right? And then you can marinate it overnight unless you planning on having it the same day. So marinating overnight helps intensify the flavor, okay? So I did mine the same day, so I had it in the fridge for about an hour and a half as I went about doing other things. Next, I made a little concoction to use as a basque for the chicken. Here I have suya with some olive oil, scallions, and parsley. Okay, I use the same concoction to also basque the pan that I will be baking my chicken in, which I'm about to show you next. So here you have it, my pan thoroughly basked with the concoction that I made. I normally line my pan with the aluminum foil. This helps, like, it's an easy way to prevent all that mess. You don't want your chicken sticking to the freaking pan. So I do this to basically to prevent the stickiness and all that extra stuff, and it also helps with the grilling process. Another thing that I failed to mention is this was actually broiled and not baked. I think I mentioned bacon prior. It was broiled. So the thing is, suya chicken is normally grilled, right? In order to get that smoky flavor, smokiness of the, the vibe of a suya, just like you have back home. Grilling it, you can also broil it. So set your oven to 375 to broil, and I'll show you the process on the next slide. Okay, this is the chicken after I transferred it onto the baking pan or baking sheet. So as you can see, I make sure you transfer the entire mixture basket, like soak it with the mixture that you made. It helps penetrate into the bone. Listen, you don't want to miss this part. It's very important to transfer every bit of that mixture onto the chicken, okay? So then, like I stated before, I set my oven to a 375 temperature, and then I preheated for a while before putting my chicken in. Okay. So here we have the chicken, about 15 minutes of broiling. I turned it over just to make sure that every part of it is cooking right and not burning. So another thing about broiling in comparison to baking is due to the direction where the heat is permeating from. It tends to cook the chicken, or at least the outside of the chicken, faster. So I would definitely recommend that you constantly turn your chicken over, making sure that it is not burning, and also basking it with more of the concoction that we made. All right, so as you can see here, we have a little broth going here. Personally, I like to drain the broth and use it for other things. You can use it for like jollof or something else. All right, so here is the final product. I actually put it back in after this to get it to crisp. Like, I like the crispiness of it all. And normally people that leave the skin, or if you were to leave the skin on, you have that crispy chicken, but you know, you're trying to cut down the fat. So personally, I don't add leave the skin on, as I mentioned before. But this is the final product, and next I paired it up with some jollof rice, as you can see, and a little bit salad. Nothing that serious. Be on the lookout for my jollof recipe. This is what I call my lazy jollof. This is not my special jollof. I have a baked jollof recipe. Yes, you heard right, baked jollof recipe that I will be sharing soon. Okay. And as always, thank you for taking the time to watch. If you're new on here, welcome to the tribe. And if not, if you haven't already subscribed, please do so, because I have a lot of good recipes coming your way. All right. And as you can see, this is a recipe that I did prior, so it wasn't recorded. I only had pictures of it that I use for my Instagram. So be on the lookout for more recipes and other exciting stuff that I do on this page. All right. Again, thank you.